Hey, this is Andrew Brown from ExamPro, and we'll be talking about the deployment and release models for Windows as a Service, also known as YS. So, Windows Client is a comprehensive desktop operating system that allows you to work efficiently and securely, whereas Windows as a Service is Microsoft's strategy of deploying, updating, and servicing the Windows operating system. The Windows as a Service model is designed to make life simpler for both users and its professionals. Microsoft now updates Windows on a regular basis rather than launching a new version every 3 to 5 years as it has done with previous versions of the operating system. With Windows Client, there are two release types: feature updates and quality updates. Feature updates are scheduled typically twice a year in March and September. They include new functionalities for the operating system. Quality updates are monthly cumulative updates. They contain security patches and other changes to make the operating system more reliable. Next, we'll be talking about servicing channels. So, servicing channels are the first way to separate users into deployment groups for feature and quality updates. There are 3 servicing channels. Each channel provides different levels of flexibility for when these updates are delivered to client computers. The first servicing channel is the Windows Insider program, which allows businesses to test and provide feedback on features that will be released in the next feature update. These features will be delivered as soon as possible during the development cycle through a process called flighting. The general availability channel provides new functionality with feature update releases annually. This model is ideal for pilot deployments, testing of feature updates, and users such as developers who need to work with the latest features. The last servicing channel is the long-term servicing channel, which is designed for specialist devices that don't run Office apps like medical equipment or ATMs. This channel receives new features every 2 or 3 years. So that's the servicing channels. Now we'll be talking about the deployment rings. So deployment rings are a deployment method used to separate devices into a deployment timeline. They are changes that are rolled out in phases to specific groups of users or computers. Any risks or development difficulties associated with Windows updates are reduced by this gradual, controlled, and tested deployment. Each ring represents a group of users or devices that receive a particular update together. So a common ring structure uses 3 deployment groups. Preview is for planning and development. The purpose of the preview ring is to evaluate the new features of the update. Limited is for pilot and validation. The purpose of the limited ring is to validate the update on representative devices across the network. Broad is for wide deployment. Once the devices in the limited ring have had a sufficient stabilization period, it's time for broad deployment across the network. So that's Windows as a Service and all of the deployment and release models that it has.